Hey there everyone, welcome to this radio video. I thought I'd use the DJD 1103 to give you a few tips on, how I would tune such a radio. Of course, first things is to know where the bands are, and the international broadcast bands, amateur radio bands, and utilities. So what I would do if I had a portable radio and I would want to, tune around. Of course, one of the things that I check is the shortwave schedules on the net. From, for example, addx.de, they have extensive shortwave lists. eibi.de.vu, something, I think it's that. They have the most complete hour-by-hour list in all languages of shortwave stations. primetimeshortwave.com, all these websites I would go and get the schedules, so you can of course check what's on the air. So that's one thing, so you can listen to your stations. For example, here this time we're at 23:35. One of the stations that I listen to here in Montreal is Spain and French, for example. Well, this is Spain and French. And so that's the first thing. Schedules of stations that I know that I want to listen to, I would try. But apart from that, how do you tune? How do you find signals? The shortwave spectrum is pretty big, so I would say it depends on what you want to listen to. The first thing that I would probably try is take a international broadcast band in tune. So depending on the time of day, you got to know which, international broadcast bands are the best. Evening, 49 meter band from 5800 to 6200 kilohertz. 41 meter band, 31 meter band, that's from 7200 to 7500, 9300 to 10,000 kilohertz, even 25 meter band, 11500 to 12,100. Tune around, and the best way to actually learn is to tune the different bands, and you'll see the bands that are good at day, good at night. And of course I have videos explaining all of that and all the different bands if you look at the videos on my channel. What other thing I would do? So for example, I would probably start at 5800 here and check what I can hear on the broadcast band 49 meters, for example, just to see if there's anything new, anything changed. What else would I do? I'd probably tune, because I do like tuning a lot on my receivers, and that's the best way to learn and hear more stuff. Different bands that I'm not tuning, or frequency spectrums, and go around. So for example, I could say, well, I'm going to start tuning down at 5000 kilohertz and tune up to, 10,000 kilohertz, and slowly tune and see what I can hear and alternate, because I know that in the international broadcast bands everything's in AM mode, but outside then I would tune in single sideband mode. So from 5,000 kilohertz up, I would put the radio in single sideband and start tuning up in single sideband. Of course, there's a few stations here, but apart from that, let's see what we can hear. Maybe we can get some stuff. And depending on the night or the time of day, well, some frequencies have stuff, others won't have anything. So you gotta, learn tune the bands depending on the time of day and night. As I approach the 49-meter band, of course, I would put myself in AM mode and start tuning around in AM through the international band. And then I would change back into single sideband when I know that I'm back into the utility bands in between the international broadcast bands, and so on. So that's pretty much how you tune. Thing is to tune slowly also, because you never know, some weak signals are hard to pick up, and when you tune slowly you can pick them up better. And this, for example, is a Volmet.
Aviation weather, Baltimore, wind calm,
New York radio, and so on. So you tune the different bands, and that's pretty much what I do. Is I tune slowly the bands in search of signals. This, for example, is Trenton military weather.
Trenton, time 2300 Zulu.
So these are things that you need to do. Tune around the bands, and that's how you're gonna find stuff. And single sideband on a receiver like this one is a little hard to master at the beginning when you're not used to it. And it requires you to tune in, because it's an often hit and miss situation. So you'll be hearing something like this, and you'll say, how do I tune this? So you see that I used a little rotary dial here, but some portable receivers actually are more precise and require you to just fine-tune the radio. So, you know, these are all little tricks that, of course, experience will bring, make things easier for you. But that's how, you know, I use a receiver. Either I listen to an international broadcast station because I know the schedule, I know it's time to listen to it, or I'll tune around signals on different frequencies and try to tune. And tune around, tune everywhere, and whatever time of day or night, never hesitate to tune in, even frequencies that you might think have nothing on. You'll be amazed the number of signals I've heard on frequency bands where I would think there's nothing on is just amazing. So these are little tuning tips, and maybe some of you guys out there that are a little more experienced than newbies have your own little tricks. Why not share them below this video and say what type of trick you are using to you know, get new signals and tune around. So the next few videos will again be stations here heard from my DJN DE1103. This is DJN DE1103 night. I've decided that to, you know, forget all my receivers and just, you know, make videos tonight as if my DJN DE1103 is the only radio I own. So I hope you'll enjoy the little series I'm making here. 73, and check out other videos coming up tonight.